Today I want to talk about some biomarkers that we can use to predict your longevity, or how long you're going to live. The first is your triglyceride to HDL ratio, also known as the atherogenic index of plasma. A high triglyceride to HDL ratio is one of the best indicators of your risk for heart disease. It also has the added benefit of being able to predict cholesterol particle size and insulin resistance. These all impact a person's longevity. After all, it's difficult to live a long life if you're having heart attacks and your insulin spikes when you even glance at a potato. A ratio of 2 or under is good. Anything above that should be addressed before it worsens. Anything above 4 means trouble. Next is your testosterone levels. Low testosterone is a risk factor for early mortality and decreased quality of life. And not just in men. Fractures are terrible for longevity, often reducing both quality of life and quantity of life in the elderly. In both older men and women, low testosterone levels indicate your risk of having a fracture. And that's because sex hormones regulate your body's response to burns and injuries. The older you get, the deadlier seeming minor injuries can become as your risk of fracture rises. The third indicator of longevity is serum magnesium, which means how much magnesium is flowing through your body. So all minerals play an important role in health and longevity, but magnesium is one that comes up time and time again. For instance, serum magnesium predicts insulin sensitivity. In dialysis patients, those with lower levels of serum magnesium are more likely to be hospitalized. High serum magnesium predicts physical performance and appears protective against losing muscle as you age. Plus, magnesium is safe and cost-effective to supplement. There's very little interaction with other minerals. The fourth indicator of longevity is the omega-6 fatty acid concentrations in your body. Mitochondria are perhaps the most important organelles in your body. If they aren't working well, they aren't producing ATP, or free energy that your cells can use in your body to heal, repair, and regrow. The aging process some researchers have proposed is due to mitochondrial dysfunction beginning to occur in our cells. Living long and living well requires healthy mitochondria. To have healthy mitochondria, you need to start with the right fatty acids in the right proportions. Accumulating evidence suggests that mitochondria with higher levels of omega-6 polyunsaturated fatty acids are more prone to oxidative stresses. Meanwhile, monounsaturated fats are crucial to mitochondrial health. This is one of the reasons that avocado oil, olive oil, and lard are so important as we age. They can actually crowd out the omega-6 fatty acids in our mitochondrial membranes. Mitochondrial membrane tests aren't standard at doctors' offices. Luckily, simply eating less omega-6 fats and eating more omega-3 fats and monounsaturated fats will give you the best shot at optimal ratios. Even in red blood cells, higher concentrations of omega-6 fats are indicators of decreased longevity. The omega-6 concentrations in red blood cells are indicators of early death and physical and cognitive decline. Omega-6 fats make red blood cells more susceptible to oxidative stresses. This ages the red blood cells and reduces their ability to carry oxygen. The more omega-3s present in red blood cell membranes indicate a decreased risk of prostate cancer, colon cancer, and gallbladder cancer. The more omega-6s in the red blood cells indicate increased risks of all those types of cancers. Older adults with low levels of omega-3 fats tend to decline more quickly than older adults with more omega-3 fats in their red blood cells. Low levels of omega-3s in red blood cells is also a predictor of smaller brain volume and cognitive decline. The next indicator of longevity is waist circumference. You might think that this is a simple correlation. People with larger waists are likely overweight or obese, with all the health issues that stem from those conditions. While that is part of it, waist circumference measures a special type of fat called visceral fat. Visceral fat, as measured by waist circumference, is highly inflammatory. Visceral fat releases inflammatory cytokines. These cytokines contribute to a systemic inflammation that's linked to many age-related diseases. A good rule of thumb is 35 inches or less in men and 32 or under for women. Now those are ideals, and that's something to move towards. For an accurate measurement, measure at the level of your belly button. You can improve these longevity biomarkers by how you eat, how you exercise, and how you live. Exercise at least 30 minutes 5 days out of the week. Avoid oils high in omega-6 fats. Supplement with a high-quality omega-3 fish oil and magnesium. Minimize insulin production by limiting snacking between meals. Consume less sugar and simple carbohydrates. And finally, eat more vegetables. As always, post your comments down below. If you guys are enjoying this content, like the video, and we'll see you next time.